part of the other program that we haven't talked about much, when we first kicked this off, and where a lot of these companies came from, we did 4 community discovery workshops. And those were to do a couple things. One, we wanted to identify, companies that were actively, working, or people that had concepts that they were getting underway. The second piece of it that we did, though, also was just to bring up ideas. What have you seen maybe in other parts of the country that's being used? What are some things that you see a problem, that you see, something that is in need of a solution, that there's not a solution out there. And so we have been actually kind of filtering, as we said, those 3 produced about 300 ideas that we've been filtering down. I wanted to give just a quick example of a couple of the things that popped up. And I will say, as we do these concepts and where we're going with this, we are going to work these into probably our next workshop, which will be after the first of the year. We will be bringing people back together to build really full business canvases off of these ideas. And what we'd like then is to really find some entrepreneurs that will hook in and say, I love this idea. I think this is something great. I'd love to work at it. And that would be a person that, through the Comeback Casey Ventures, we could really support. So this is just a little tease of a few of them that had come up. I won't talk too much about it so we can get back on schedule. But, one of them have come up. We've talked a lot about, food deserts and, the needs that popped up for people that were challenged to get food. And, that was a COVID response, but there's a lot of people in our community that are always challenged. So one of the ideas that popped up, could there be a grocery delivery type service, something that bundled, maybe targeted, a specific neighborhood. So everybody in the block could make an order, whereas some of those areas that people weren't delivering to, if you could do a bulk large enough order, then it would open up that multiple different, vendors, grocery stores, food would be more willing to deliver further out from the range that they normally have. So that was an idea that was popped up. Another one was, we talked about, patient check-in, specifically with healthcare, but when COVID struck, there was a lot of people that, lots of times waiting rooms were completely shut down. But, even going forward, being in a crowded waiting room has never been a very exciting venture for most people, with, all the different sicknesses, even COVID. So somebody really being able to develop an app that helps say, hey, look, you're ready to come in now. Basically walk in the door and come straight back to see your provider. So that was an idea that had popped up. Another one we talked about was with food, and what really COVID drove mobile ordering. So many particularly local restaurants and coffee shops really struggled. Dining rooms closed and everything else. So mobile ordering really kind of exploded. But mobile ordering is a logistical challenge for food. It's like, if someone makes an order, how do you know when exactly they're going to pick up? If it's a coffee shop, the drink will only stay good for about 60 seconds or so. So could someone build a mobile order app that would have geo-tracking that would be able to identify and work through those logistics? So as I said, just a brief little teasing of some of the ideas. If anybody has any questions about that process, I would love to answer those. I'm going to stop this screen share. William, thank you for posting that. Or Jill, any comments you wanted to add to that section?
No, except that we're excited to have these concepts, and as said, it's a teaser of a few of them. There were, William, correct me if I'm wrong, 320 some different ideas and concepts that came that were being grouped. And so really one exciting this is finding the entrepreneurs and the talent and the management teams to coalesce around some of these concepts. And as Jim said, take them to a canvas and then figure out if it's got legs and bring it out to the Kansas City community. They're very exciting. Thanks for sharing them, Jim.